Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review and sort of general thoughts on Season 3 of Starz Black Sails, as well as mainly my thoughts on the finale episode, but also the season as a whole. I had been watching it, but I got caught up in a bunch of other shows and I hadn't really had time to keep up with it in my work schedule. But over the past couple of days, I've watched the rest of Season 3 and caught up with everyone else. Just finished the finale episode tonight, and overall it was an incredible season. Black Sails has always been a show I've looked well upon. Wasn't always one of my favorites, but I cannot deny the quality that is obviously going into it. And this season, as much as I really liked seasons 1 and 2, I believe season 3 has been the absolute best so far. Season 1 had some really high points, and the finale to that was still great. It still sticks in my mind. Season 2 was one of the most epic episodes of the series. Season 3 overall, the story building, it's gotten even better. The way things are tying together, the way it was building to the British Navy, and the way the Veon thing came about, the Blackbeard stuff, just the storytelling in general, just really built something great this season, I think. And Black Sails is a show that I do want to stick with. I do think the general plot, the general main story is really great. Like I said, the story building is getting even better, better and better every season, really. Toby Stephens just makes for a fantastic lead as Captain Flint, and he's a character I'm definitely going to follow until the end. And although I haven't always been interested in some of the other characters, I've grown to like them more lately, with regards to Silver, Billy Bones, Bonnie, Rackham, characters like that I didn't like overly too much at first, and Max, I should say, too. But this season the story really got tied together. It was less spread out and more coming to this one big focused main idea, and I just thought the way they did it was really brilliant. This show definitely deserves more credit than it gets. It's definitely one of the highest quality shows on TV, right up there with some of my other favorites like Viking, I should do a comparison video with Viking sometime, but like Vikings, like Penny Dreadful, obviously very different genres and stuff, but just the quality that goes into that too. And you guys know how much I love The 100 as well. But again, this isn't a comparison video. Obviously very different genres and very different styles of shows, but it's definitely ranking up there among the best to me. And it's going to be very difficult for me to cover every plot point of the season or every occurrence, but I still did want to give my general impressions on it. And I really like the Ray Stevenson casting as Blackbeard. I really like him as an actor. In Punisher Warzone, the movie itself wasn't very good. But Ray Stevenson, he still made for a decent Punisher, and he was far from that, the movie's biggest problem. I loved him as Isaac Serco in Dexter Season 7, and he really played the Blackbeard or Teach role well this season, I thought. Although I do wish they would have had a little bit more time spent focusing on Blackbeard this season. I think they could have done a little bit better sort of showing off the legend of this character, the legend of this person in history, I should say. I think they could have emphasized who he was and his reputation a little bit more than they did. Because when he just showed up, he kind of just felt like another pirate guy, and everyone seemed familiar with him already. So it was a little bit weird, I thought. But I did think they wrote his connection to Veon pretty well. And, when him and Flint butted heads, it was really intense for sure. And like I said, Ray Stevenson still did a good job in the role anyway. Like I said, I liked how the whole British thing built up this season with Woodes Rogers. I like the actor that played him a lot. I'm guessing we're going to see more of him in Season 4. Of course, Eleanor hooking up with him. And, it's interesting to see that now we see characters like Max and Eleanor on completely different sides from, Flint, Rackham, Silver, and the rest of them. So it's definitely building to an even bigger story, for the next couple seasons for sure. I don't necessarily like Eleanor too much, but I have to admit she's played well, and as is Max, really. Bonnie's definitely getting to be more of a badass character. I just want to see more scenes of her doing what she does best, which is very nice. Vane was really good this season too. I should say a little bit more about him. I was really surprised to see Charles Vane's death in episode 9. Although it is in a way good for the story that they have major character deaths like that, he's like a fan favorite character on the show, almost like Daryl is on The Walking Dead. It's a big loss, but I'm glad to see people aren't like commenting, oh yeah, I'm not going to watch this shitty show anymore because that you kill off Vane. Just sort of like certain 100 fans did when they killed off a big character earlier this season. So I was glad to see that people just sort of seeing how well done the Veon Death was, and how he went out very true to his character, and all the cards were laid on the table between him and Eleanor. That was all done pretty well. He really died knowing what he was going to cause, with to build up the resistance in Nassau after the British had taken over, which is an interesting development and stuff, to put a different angle with certain characters and stuff on it. So he died with a huge purpose, and you can tell it's going to carry a lot of weight going forward. It already has for the rest of the season after that point too. So I thought that was handled really well. Surprised to see it though. He easily could have been a character that could have been around on the show longer. But of course, they do actually base it off of real history at times. I'm not sure how accurate it is like every single time, but I'm pretty sure Vane was actually hanged in real life. But whether he was or not, it's still really well done for the scene, I thought. It's definitely going to be a lot different without him around, but the show's definitely good enough to carry on, of course, which people should realize with other shows like that too. God, there's so much I want to say. The finale episode, that was really epic. Definitely probably the largest scale battle we've had on the show, or fight on the show we've had, I think. The finale in season 2 with Charleston, and Vane and Flint, fighting side by side and running through was, really cool itself. But even that wasn't on a scale of this, the Silver setting things up on the island with the people there. I thought that story was pretty interesting too, seeing Silver. Oh yeah, Silver, I have to talk about him. His character probably had his most development this season. He really became literally Long John Silver. Of course, not the restaurant, but the actual legend, with the pirate we know about. That was really cool to see. Of course, with the leg and stuff, but I really like how he developed the season and becoming more serious, even more calculated than he already was, and becoming one of the greatest minds on the show at this point, and being taken very seriously as a leader. And him and Flint are going to have an interesting dynamic going forward. Of course, they have this really deep friendship together now, but at the same time, you can see how their paths may sort of, split off and eventually intersect in a not-so-pretty way again. But that's going to be more of a long-term thing. I'm excited to see more of that, too. So I like how the Flint and Silver thing is done this season as well. Especially when they're stranded on the boat and they didn't have food, they didn't have much fresh water. And they went out to kill get the whale, and then they had to kill a shark. That was just a great character episode, I thought. And Black Sails, it has great action, it has like epic naval battles every season, of course, but it's still very much a character driven show, I think. In this episode, that episode was really great with that. But like I was talking about before I went off about Silver, the finale episode was one of the kitty. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, like I said, the finale episode was really impressive. You know, probably the biggest scale battle we've had on the show so far. Of course, it was finally satisfying to see Hornigold get his. Flint shooting him down, and Hornigold looking up to Flint as he dies, which was really cool. Just seeing Flint, with all the finesse with his sword skill, and it's really badass. And of course, the whole plan that Silver had a huge hand setting up was really intricate and just really well put together, I thought. Of course, this is one step to taking back Nassau, but we're going to see more of that in Season 4, and this is definitely a huge blow, to go back at him, so I thought that was really good, too. And I did like the duel between Flint and Blackbeard back in Episode 6, too. Of course, Flint was weaker, he was famished, dehydrated, but I like how he still was able to hit Blackbeard instead of Blackbeard shooting him, which really shows how skilled Flint actually is, and Flint was actually able to stand up to him for a little bit in a sword fight, before Veon had to intervene, of course, but I thought that was still really cool. And I did like how when Blackbeard heard of Veon's death, he decided to join in and sort of help them, push back the British Navy, which is really awesome. It was awesome, him being under the guise of the British Navy and stuff like that. As he came with Rackham, I thought it was... Not now. Not now.
I got some clothes for you, honey.
On camera.
Huh?
Stop.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I'm trying to do a video.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Hopefully I didn't make too much of an ass out of myself there. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for seeing that more dickish douche side of me. But yeah, I still like how they ended up tying Blackbeard back to help out with the main focus. That was really good too. That was really good too, yeah. I'm not the greatest with words all the time, but... so yeah, those are my overall thoughts on Season 3. Overall one of the... Probably the most tightly wound season for sure, with the story building really reaching a huge high point, probably of the whole series. Really great writing. It's getting even better with every season, I think. And it's definitely a show I'm going to keep following now. And hopefully I'll be able to do more videos on when it comes back next year. I'll try to push myself to give a little more focus in Season 4, which is it was already renewed for Season 4. At the same time, it's renewed for Season 3, by the way. So looking forward to that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything else about the season you want to talk about, feel free to leave a comment below. Would love to talk about more with you guys. Just wanted to get my general thoughts out there and how much I actually did end up enjoying this season and how much I do still enjoy the show. So alright, I'll catch you guys next time. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Movie Pilot sorta, and look for mansfolded.com. Catch you guys next time. Peace.